One thing my father always told us as a kid was that the only thing you have in this world is your family. It's very true. Everything can come and go, but your family will always be there. I worked for my father since pretty much I could walk. We were moving people from one side of the city to the other and did a lot of work in Squirrel Hill and Fox Chapel. And, these are the communities that I feel really attached to. I do a lot. I'm a jack of all trades. Run the moving crews, I drive the trucks, the high-end piano moving that we do. We have all these old pictures hanging in the office of the old trucks, and every time I see the trucks, I see my name, and it's that's ours. That's something that my family has built.
Our family's been in the business 90 years now, so Sean and I are pretty much the last ones. Sean and I have the same personality, so we butt heads. It was good for him to go out and see what the world's like, you know what I'm saying? So, and unfortunately, he saw too much of it.
Decompressing from work is pretty easy for me. I'll just grab my skateboard and go to the park. You fall 100 times before you can land a trick sometimes. Skateboarding will hand it to you, and you have to get back up and you have to try again. It's like something of a life lesson that life's not easy, but when you're handed a tough thing to do, you just got to do it. This job is not easy. Having been a victim of gun violence myself and seeing the victims of gun violence, that's what's motivating me to really push forward with the firearms work that we're doing. Currently, I'm a Pittsburgh Police Narcotics detective, but I'm also a special deputy for a federal agency. Specifically, we're working with violent juvenile offenders and how they're obtaining firearms. My day started pretty normal. When I got to work, it was pretty low-key. It was the first day back from the new year. It had a lot of typing, a lot of paperwork to catch up on. Pretty much that's what I did that day. Towards the end of the day, we were getting ready to pack up and go home. And then we started hearing some chatter from a couple of SWAT officers in my office. I asked him, hey, what's happening? And he had told me that 2 officers had been shot in Breckenridge and 1 had passed away. When you hear that a law enforcement officer has been hurt or killed, it's like the worst feeling in the world. That could be anybody. That could be any one of us, my friends. Like, do I know this person? We had now had a person who was out there who was on the loose, and he had hurt and killed these police officers. What else can this person do? It's a call. Like, you can't describe it. You just feel it and you go. We're gonna do something, we'll just do some paperwork out there. What can I do? I'll run these firearms, make sure that we could at least get the ball rolling on helping out. The SWAT team's already rolling. They'll probably handle all the heavy duty stuff. Back end stuff needs done. We have a ton of other things that need done. We ended up back in the Homewood area. We were kind of just floating around the area, trying to help look for this car that we have a make, model, and license plate for. As we're searching for the car, we end up hearing on the radio that other Pittsburgh Police Narcotics detectives that we know very well had found the car, and then they ended up in a pursuit. The individual fled the car, ran from our Pittsburgh Police detectives. We were now on a kind of like a search mode. Tactical thoughts started coming across my mind. This is much different than before. There were so many police officers, but there just so happened with the coordination, and as they were starting to put this perimeter, Mike and I were the only ones where we were. This guy might come out of the woods. We're in an unmarked car. No quicker could I get those words out of my mouth than he popped out of the woods right at us. We had to really think about what was happening here. He had just shot police officers, 1 had passed away, and we knew what he was capable of. In that moment when I had stopped and started looking around, looking at where he was at, where I had to go down to get to him, I felt like here's this massive task that's been put in front of me, that myself and Mike are the only 2 people who can who can handle it. And why are we the only two people who can handle it? Because we're the only two people right then and there.
Get on the ground! He's coming down the stairs back towards you guys. Coming down the stairs. Watch that corner. Get on the ground! Get on! Watch it. Get up! Don't you...
I had absolutely no cover as I ran down the staircase, and I got to the bottom of the staircase, and I just saw him turn a little bit, and then I saw the brightest light. It was just this long, bright light, like a flashlight, and then a rip of bullets. It's this loud, prolonged noise.
You could see where he was shooting from over here, all the bullet holes. Yeah, he just had a clear shot at me as I came down the steps to go put him into custody. I was going to put handcuffs on him, and then he opened up on us with a fully automatic Glock. It had an auto steer or selector switch on the back of it. Blink of an eye, he put a ton of rounds at me.
I had multiple bullet fragments in my arm, and I was covered in fragments. One that I believe came from when I got hit in the chest. I believe that part of it came back and hit me in the wrist. So then I had surgery on my elbow here where my ulnar nerve was moved. The round had struck me just under my left pec, almost just offset from the center of my chest. I told myself this is not my time. I got up, I engaged, and Mike was also engaging, and we were able to eventually stop him and stop the chaos and the lawlessness that was going on that day. I was very fortunate to be able to call my family and my fiance on the way down there when the paramedics were driving me down.
His mom called me and said, "We all taking Sean to the hospital." You know, what's going on? It was tough. He was in shock, confused. He had blood down the side of his face.
So this is the vest I was wearing the day that I was shot. So the round penetrated the magazine carrier here. It struck the magazine, and then I believe the magazine helped take some of the kinetic energy away, and then the vest stopped the rest of it. There are so many people that deserve recognition from this whole thing. First and foremost, it's the Chief McIntyre. He gave the ultimate sacrifice. He's the hands down the bravest guy. What happened to him was a senseless tragedy, and he deserves the recognition. It hurts me to no end to know that his family is going through what they're going through. And the guys from Pittsburgh Police Narcotics who then were able to locate the actor and get into the pursuit with him and then get into a foot chase with him. And all these guys and all of the work they did to stop this individual, they deserve the recognition as well. There's so many police officers who, I'm just one of many. I'm very lucky. Out of the hundreds of officers that were helping out that day, how did I end up being the guy? Everything does happen for a reason. Why this happened, I think I'm still trying to figure that one out. There's a lot of things that keep me going and really motivate me to do this job, but doing the right thing, doing the difficult right over the easy wrong, really helping people, being that voice for people who never be heard, that's That's what I like to be. I want to be the person who can help do the right thing no matter what. I'm Detective Sean Stumpf of the Pittsburgh Bureau of Police, and I'm Safariland SAVE number 2168.